Hello, my name is Fiona Stanton from Feeds Papercraft with another card from April's class. Now obviously I've said that I've been trying to minimise the amount of stamping, but obviously this one does have a background stamp to it, and this is from one of the designs, the botanical prints from the stamp set. However, you could use an alternative stamp, and I've also done it in terracotta tile, which is the same colour as the cardstock. You could, if you don't have terracotta tile, use a similar colour, or if you have something like Versamark, which is a clear ink pad which you use for embossing, you could use that instead. You could use any of the stamps that you have that you feel would make an appropriate pattern in the background. If you don't, another thing that you could do is emboss it with an embossing folder. Just a plain kind of linen effect or brick effect or something, a repeating pattern type thing rather than an image, you know, a big flower embossed or something. It's up to you. You could use that. So that, or you could just leave it plain. It's up to you. There are ways around that. Again, the greeting is in terracotta tile. You could use black ink, and obviously you possibly will have a stamp in your stamp set in your crafty stash that could be suitable. So I'm going to start with the background, and I'm just going to randomly stamp this. Now I've got to remember whether, yes, so we're going to stamp off first. Fill in the gaps a bit. I like things coming off the page. Excuse me, as I can see the camera shaking. I'm sorry, that's because the camera is loaded up on a stand that's on the desk that I'm stamping. Now you don't have to stamp in between, but I just like it to look like it's filled a bit. I'll just stamp that over there. And while I am stamping, I will stamp the greeting. It just says friend on this, and this is a die from the Stitched So Sweetly set. It's a lovely set of rectangles that are stitched out. Okay, so that's the stamping done, so I won't be bothering you with stamping anymore, moving the camera around, one hopes. So let's fold that in half. That's our card blank. Can't see what I'm doing. Right. Okay. So these are also die cut from the Stitch So Sweetly sets. So I'm just going to layer those up with a little bit of glue. You will have all this die cut for you in your crafty pack, or you should do. Okay. And then we're going to use the ribbon that comes in the botanical set. A little bit of ribbon just to wrap around there. Don't need to be much. Oh. Excuse me, just trying to burrow down and find some tape. It's all tangled up. Right. So I'm going to put a piece of tape across like that. Fold it around. Hope it's reasonably straight. It's all a bit of a hit and miss with me sometimes. And then wrap the ribbon around. Okay, and that can be layered on here with some foam pads. Move that out of the way for a minute. If you've got grid paper, it's really useful for lining things up. I'm not saying I'm going to get it straight, because that would just be ridiculous. Do I want it that way or that way? I don't know if it's that way. I've stamped most of these flowers upside down, so I'll just turn it around. Try and get this centered and reasonably straight, and then this just gets stuck on top. Doesn't need much glue. Nicely layered like that. And then we've got these little bee embellishments, which are very, very cute. Actually, I might stick the card front on first. Let's stick the card front on first, and then we can stick the bumblebee on. Oh, that's got moved. There we go. And then I'm going to use one of the mini glue dots to stick my bumblebee on. If you've got something small like this, you could use glue. Just this is a bit more instantaneous. Okay, so that is that card. Very quick and simple once you get going on it.